Hi everybody, this is Traciy Curry-Reyes and I am talking true story movies and movies based on true stories. Tonight, The Color of Love. It is a story that is inspired by a true story and it stars one of my favorite actresses, Deborah Jo Winton. Now in this movie, this Lifetime movie which is coming on tonight, Deborah plays the role of a woman named Monica Henderson. Monica is a black widow with two children of her own who ends up becoming a foster mother to two white children, Peter and Rachel. She took care of them before and then finds out that they have fled their foster home. So she wants to permanently adopt them. I think that I have found the story that most likely inspired this Lifetime movie, The Color of Love. So now before I get into that, now would be a great time to like this video. Let's get it in the algorithm. Hit like, and then subscribe. I would love for you to do that. I'll give you a minute. All right, let's move forward. So I'm referencing the article that I wrote for my website, TV Crime Sky. It's about the movie The Color of Love. I believe that it is possibly based on the story of Treka Englman. Now, Treka Englman was a 30-year-old teacher and foster mom who adopted 3 white children. Now, the movie, of course, because this is only inspired by a true story, the names and many of the details have been changed. But the story originates in Cincinnati, Ohio, where Treka Englman, a Winton Woods Intermediate School math teacher, adopts foster children, Mercedes, age 16, her sister Alexis, age 12, and then there was a third child who was just 2 years old at the time. Treka's story hit social media and hit, the news back in 2019, at the end of 2019. She had been chronicling her journey since 2016 on a blog, Love What Matters. Okay, so the story of Treka, the real story, is that she was an African American woman who came from a very big family. Her mother died when she was just 6 years old. So despite growing up without her own mother, nurturing and mothering children still came naturally to her. So she always wanted to be a foster mom, even though she was a teacher. She was a single woman, so she did not think that she'd be able to adopt children. She eventually became a foster mother in 2016. Okay, so in the movie The Color of Love, Monica faces opposition because she is a black woman, a single black woman, who wants to adopt 3 white foster kids. Treka Englman in the real story also battled, racists, and she, battled people who trolled her on social media, racists and other African Americans who also criticized her because they thought Treka was a self-hating black woman who secretly wanted to be white, right? In the movie, having a home for the kids, and they show Monica as having this really nice home, this really big place to really take care of her kids. That was something that was important to the real Monica, Treka Englman. She went from living in an apartment to finally obtaining a cozy home large enough to take care of her foster kids. Okay, I have more to tell you, and now would be a great time for you to thumb this video up, hit like, and subscribe. It really helps my channel. I appreciate it very much. I'll give you a minute. Okay, continuing. So, in the real story, Alexis arrived at Treka's home, and Treka is taking care of her. But she finds out that Alexis has an older, troubled sister in the foster care system. The girls have been separated. Mercedes is, a teenager, and she's angry and she's upset, and has an attitude. So it was very difficult to find placement for her. So she had to stay in these group homes. When Treka found that out, she didn't, like Monica in the movie, she didn't want the girls to be separated. So she eventually tries to adopt Mercedes. Mercedes spends the night, several nights, and then eventually the adoption takes place. Now the real Monica, aka Treka, even though she was being ridiculed about, being a black woman with these, with white kids, she said it didn't matter to her. It wasn't an issue. Race was not an issue. All she saw were children who needed to be loved and who needed to have a home. According to the site Blavity, she said love is what matters. And it was a very, sticky situation because Treka, she'd go out with her foster kids, and here she is, an African-American woman with white children. Everybody was staring. Everybody wanted to know, was she the babysitter? And she'd have to explain to them, that she was their foster mom. She is their mother. From what I read, she doesn't even like using the term foster mom or foster kids. To her, these are her children. And this is her life's purpose, taking care of children who need to be loved and nurtured. I enjoyed the story. I think you guys will too. I think Deborah Jo Winan did a fantastic job playing the real Treka. And I think you guys will enjoy it. Now, this Lifetime movie airs tonight at 8/7 Central on the Lifetime channel. I hope you enjoy it, and I'd love to hear from you. Contribute, comment if you will, and let me know what you thought of it.